Hi, everybody. It's Gertrude Mache again. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to create a website that sells books. One of the things I've learned over the years is how to write SEO content for websites that reaches my niche market. And as you're now going into this world of book writing, you have to understand how powerful it is to have a good website in order to sell your book and your contents. So number one, have a website that has a minimum of 10 pages if possible. First page could be your bio. The second page could be the synopsis of the book so people know what you're writing about. The third page could be the things that you do. Like, for instance, I market myself as an author. I have a whole page for me as an author, as a poet, as a speaker, as a mentor, or a coach. So all of the aspects of who you are and the services you offer must be reflected on your webpage. Make sure that every single webpage is a minimum of 300 words. 500 is better, or even 8, but a minimum of 300 words. So with search engine optimization, search engines love content, and especially SEO content, which means that in 3 places on every page on your website, you have to mention the keyword that you're optimizing that page for. So if I'm on the page where I'm writing about myself as an author, somewhere in the first paragraph, the word author must be featured, somewhere in the middle, and in the last paragraph. The same thing goes to my speakers page. The same thing goes to my mentoring page. So please keep that in mind and try to write high quality content. Go onto other authors' websites and see how they've written their content. And again, don't try and reinvent the wheel and do this the hard way. The next thing I want you to take into consideration is your keyword research. There is a Google tool called a keyword tool that you can use to type in the keywords you're going to optimize on your website and see how many times that keyword has been searched for in search engines. To give you a little example, when I started off promoting and marketing myself as a speaker, I called myself an inspirational speaker because I love the word inspiration as opposed to motivation. But I found that when people are searching online, they hardly use inspirational speaker. People search for motivational speakers. So I had to go and rewrite all the content on my web pages and use the word motivational speaker instead so that people could find me. And ever since I did that, I get so many more speaking opportunities because I just used the right keyword combination. Tip number 3, use unique titles and meta descriptions. Meta descriptions don't carry as much value as they used to, but they still have a very important role in search engine optimization. Each of your posts have to have a unique title and a meta description, and make sure all of them are unique and you don't have any duplications. One of the tools that I use when I'm optimizing my website is a free plugin called Yoast, Y-O-A-S-T. And when you install a Yoast plugin, it actually guides you so you can see where you are in terms of the quality of the SEO on your website as well. Tip number 4, highlight your data with Google Webmaster tools. By highlighting your website, you are helping Google to better understand your site's data. Data Highlighter also allows you to highlight parts of your website through the Google Webmaster tools without having to make any code changes in the back end of your website. Tip number 5. Use a sitemap. Now, having a sitemap on your website plays a crucial role in search engine optimization. It helps Google to easily crawl your pages and index your website. If you have a WordPress site, you can generate a sitemap of your website by using a plugin. And some of the most popular plugins are XML Sitemap and Google Newsfeed or Google XML Sitemaps. So make sure that you have used a sitemap on your website. Tip number 6, avoid having any 404 errors on your website. So what is a 404 error? Having a few of these errors will not ruin your ranking completely, but they will lower your user experience, which ultimately can affect your SEO performance. There are several WordPress plugins that can help you detect 404 pages on your website. And my favorite one is the Prima Link Finder. And these plugins find pages that are referenced on your site that don't exist. So try and put some of these plugins into your website to detect. So sometimes when you go onto a page and there's nothing there, the user gets disappointed once they see a 404 error, and they normally click out of your site and don't go any further. Tip number 7, promote your website through guest blogging. So when you guest blog on other people's sites, it all creates backlinks, and very high quality backlinks back to your website. So the benefits of guest blogging are endless, and I cannot explain how important they are. So try and find ways to blog on other people's websites, because you can put the URL of your site on theirs and it references back to you. Okay, what else can we think of? Tip number 8, use what works best for your competitors. If you've previously read some of the articles that I've written, you'll know that I'm forever spying on my competitors on social media and everywhere. And that's because I can learn so much about techniques that my competitors are actually using. So I always try and see what other people are doing and then model from my competitors as well. Tip number 9, keep track of your backlinks. So I said earlier that the more places your URL appears on other people's websites, the higher your SEO ranking will be. And you can create these backlinks by being a guest blogger, by being interviewed on online radio shows, on podcasts. Every time somebody invites you for an interview, they will put the URL of your website on theirs, and that helps you create these backlinks. Tip number 10, speed up your website. One of the biggest things that slows most websites down are the graphics on your site. So make sure that you've optimized the size of your images so they're not too big and they're easy to load. Because if a website takes too long to load, people lose track, and it actually complicates any of the Google bots from crawling on your pages as well. Tip number 11, use smart URLs for your posts. So your URLs should include your main keywords, and I will keep re-emphasizing this, that your keywords have to be in there. in all of your URLs, and use hyphens instead of underscores. This helps the search engines actually find the words as well, and it helps you create consistency throughout the text on your posts. Tip number 11, remove duplicate content from your website. So never have 2 pages that have the same content. That is one of the worst things you can do in terms of search engine optimizations. Number 13, consistently add fresh content to your website. And the easiest thing to do is to create blog posts. So when I'm working with authors, I help them write 52 articles for the year based on the contents of their book that can go out of their websites automatically every single week. Keep adding fresh contents. One of the things you have to realize about Google is that the Google search engines don't come back to your website if it's static. They're constantly looking for fresh content online. So the more static your site is, the less they'll come back. But if you keep adding content through blog posts, search engines come back. And if you need help in writing any of your blog posts, get in touch with me. I have a whole team of people who write blogs for my authors as well. Number 14, build a strong internal linking system. So when writing a new post, always link to previous relevant articles that you have already written. That will help your users spend more time on your website by using some of the other useful articles that you've written. And it also gives you a better average time that they spend on your website, which gives you more leads. So always connect your new post to previous posts if they are relevant. Number 15, optimize your images. And by this, I mean people miss the opportunity of being found by not giving the images on their websites names that are relevant to you. So for example, if you Google Gertrude Mache, you will find thousands of pictures of me. And that's because every single photograph that I've put online has got my name as the file name. Never use the generic file names that come automatically. Rather use your name so that it references to your image. People lose this opportunity. The thing is, search engines don't see pictures, they see words. So make sure that every image that's on your website is optimized with your name or your book title so that it actually shows up. Tip number 16, don't build backlinks just to your homepage. Make sure that your backlinks are going to several of your pages as well. One of the most frequent mistakes that marketers are doing is referencing only back to their homepage. When you're building backlinks to your website, you have to make everything look as natural as possible. It's normal that a website has most of its links to the homepage. However, you can reference to other pages on your websites as well. And the last tip I'm going to share with you is don't do editorial or paid links for SEO. That will work against you totally. Some people pay to get their SEO links up. Don't do that. Let it be organic and people will find you. So if any of you need help in creating your website, again, get in touch with me. I have a set of web designers who specialize in creating websites that work for authors. And we will get you ranking number 1, number 2, number 3, anytime somebody searches for you or searches for your book as well. So I hope this workshop has been useful, reference to everything I've said, and you will not go wrong. I will see you in the next module. Bye for now.